What is the closest we can possibly come to have a better understanding of the concept of infinity? That's a question. For one thing, infinity is not related to finite in the sense that any relation between infinity and finite necessarily requires a dependency of one on the other. In other words, as long as infinity is being thought of as the opposite of finite, we have a dependency of one reality upon the other. For example, the Taoist symbol of yin and yang, the seed of one is present in the other, which means they depend upon each other for their very existence. In this opposing way, we could actually comprehend infinity not in its absolute and exalted station, but only in relation to finite. For example, for an ant, the very garden in my backyard is infinite, when from my advantage as a human being, the ant's infinity is finite to me. In a totally divergent approach, infinity is not the opposite of finite. Here we are looking at infinity that, due to its infinite reality, cannot have any relationship to finite. This is a familiar concept when we entertain the divine attributes such as omnipotent, omniscient, almighty, etc. These are attributes that are infinite beyond any limitations. In this sense, infinity is not within the field of possibility, and it is totally and essentially dissimilar to the infinity in the example of the ant. Let's think of the divine manifestations, and specifically of their attributes that were introduced and ranked by Abdu'l-Baha as infinite, although if we clearly observe, manifestations themselves are also created by God, hence separate from the essence of the Creator, and of necessity, in compare to that absolute essence, are imperfect. However, based on the principal tenets of the faith, first, manifestations are in some aspects different from man, and in other aspects share human realities. Hence, on the one hand, manifestations are God in their divine attributes, the perfect mirrors reflecting the light emanating from that ultimate reality. And on the other hand, manifestations are also created by God, and compared to that orb, are imperfect. Second, we are also informed that the contingent realm, the created world, the contingent realm is created through the instrumentality of the manifestations, which places the contingent realm imperfect in respect to the intermediate realm, the realm of manifestations. Figuratively speaking, is the intermediate realm, the realm of manifestations, figuratively speaking, is between the realm of God and the created realm. Therefore, the contingent realm is imperfect in compared to the realm of the manifestations, i.e., the kingdom. The kingdom is imperfect in compared to the realm of God. What we have just described is the overall relative affairs between all three degrees of reality, and we have basically ignored the absolute reality, capital A, capital R, i.e., that ultimate causeless cause, which could mean that the realm of God is yet another degree of reality superior and perfect in compare to the kingdom. But is it? And the reason I end up with saying, but is it? Because what we just described is still a relationship between the contingent realm, the kingdom, which is the world of manifestations, and the realm of God. Still a relative description. We simply cannot, impossible to describe something that is absolute. We can only describe and define anything, any entity, any phenomena, be it spiritual, physical, or anything else that possibly could exist, only in terms of comparison and contrast. Singularities, which is another way of saying absolute oneness, cannot wear a definition or a description.